All right, gang, we back for another real rap double feature. We gonna stray away from using the joint name because
What, you not fucking with Barbenheimer?
there's a certain group of niggas not fucking with that.
Certain group of niggas.
Yeah,
What you mean?
actually, not a certain group. A whole nation of people don't fuck with that shit.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. Them niggas were coming out with Bin Laden Barbie edits. I was like,
See, and
that
we
shit coming
talked
out
about it.
hard.
It's odd that they chose to do that one because let's be completely honest. The United States, in this current day and age, is not as pro America as they were in the 2000s. Like, this is a country that at some point is just waiting for somebody to start a revolution so they can go and slime their least favorite politician.
Yeah.
Everybody's at each other's throats. We do not like the government. Same way y'all don't like y'all government, we don't like ours.
The terminally online people have been making edits like that about like 9/11 for years too. So,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if you were to, you can like, there are people that would still get offended by shit like that, but I don't think they realize that those people aren't going to see it. Like, it can get enough traction, but unless it hits like Facebook or something, those people aren't gonna see it and it's not gonna upset anybody. And also, like, that's also not the audience primarily for this Barbenheimer movement that's happening right now. It's mostly people online, maybe not terminally online, but people online anyway that are seeing that like people are combining or trying to market the two. And one person's dressed in all pink, one person's dressed in all gray, and they're going to see the shit. But I mean, I get it. um, wouldn't let that shit happen to me personally, but I do get it. Uh, yeah,
This
I
shit
don't know.
is crazy.
And
Either way, we are here to talk about Barbie and Oppenheimer, but go ahead. You got something?
yeah, I mean, I could just jump right into the movie, and that I will say that the discourse surrounding it is pretty fucking stupid. I think it's dumb.
I get it. Like, I can understand, but I can't tell people adjacent to that situation how to feel. Just like on the other end, they really can't tell us how to feel about certain world events. But the whole thing with Oppenheimer is that it's not glorifying what they did. That is what we're starting with, by the way. But uh,
Yeah,
it's not glorifying the atomic bomb. It's a story about a scientist who wanted to understand more about science and do something that people had never done before. And it just so happened to be in the form of a fucking bomb.
yeah,
And then it shows you that after the bomb goes off, how much it blows his mind.
and not even like after it goes off, even before and like throughout the movie, he'll just have these random like there'll be these random like disconnected parts of him just seeing fire or hearing the raindrops and looking at shit like that, hearing the marching of people. Well, you think it's marching at the time, but it ends up being the fucking crowd in that gymnasium that's fucking stomping their feet waiting for Oppenheimer. Like, he'll hear all that shit, and it's supposed to like represent his like latent anxiety about the whole shit, and just being like, I don't know if I should do this, but he does it anyway because I not only is it like the U.S. government is pushing this fucking hey, it's us or them. Hey, it's us or them. You got to do it. But also, he does want to see if he can do it,
He wants to
and he
see if he
recognizes
can
that.
do it. The government's pressuring him. It's also about ending the war and bringing people home. Like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that go into this decision, and the documentation of his anxiety is incredible because it's also weird because every time they document his anxiety, it's shots of this bomb either being built or about to explode or be set off.
Yeah.
which is odd because they frame it as if like this is what he was made to do. He's a gifted
Yeah.
genius, and every time he's having a panic attack or an anxiety attack, it's foreshadowing this bomb, which is insane.
Right. And even then, other people were like in the movie are just like, "Yo, you sure you want to do this?" Fucking Nick Fury, Albert Einstein comes into the movie twice to talk to him on two separate occasions and be like, "Are you sure you want to do this?
Yo, you could blow up the world, right?
Like, you
you
really
you know
could
you
just,
know we could potentially set the atmosphere on fire, right?
yeah, like what?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it," and it's just like, bro. But eventually he does understand consequences of his actions. Even like when he was giving that speech to the fucking gymnasium, that nigga don't believe what the fuck he's saying. He's just trying to get the people going. And he steps outside, and all them other niggas are fucking throwing up because it's just like, what the fuck did we do?
They're throwing up. It's just I really like to see. I mean, there's not really much to talk about in order, but the fact that this guy was like, for lack of a better term, incredibly, what's the word? I have a word, but I shouldn't apply it to this because it's fucked up. But he's a very eccentric person in his youth, but it's also just a womanizer. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up why he do Lawrence or Florence Pugh like that, man.
I mean, he didn't do her no type of way. That was, listen.
He did.
He ain't do nothing wrong.
He went out and sought out another woman that was in a marriage.
No, 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 no. What happened? What you no? See, you missed it
Uh huh.
because that what he did is morally wrong, but it wasn't wrong from his point of view because it was okay. Sexual energy is fantastic between both of them. The sex is great between both of them, but that's it. There's nothing past sex there.
Uh huh.
Like he's being used as a stunt dick, basically. Like she thinks that he's brilliant and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, her insecurities and her mental health don't allow her to get attached. But she does get attached.
I see.
Because that was the whole thing when he goes to see her the second time, and it's the funniest scene of them sitting naked on these ottomans or these chairs having a
Sure.
conversation the last time he sees her, and he's like, "Yo, I can't see you again. I have a wife. I have children. I'm doing this thing here." And then she effectively, commits suicide because she needed him, but at the same time, it's just like, I can't continue to run away from my family and to run away from my priorities to satisfy you sexually.
That
Because
nigga's
you know how
twisted.
crazy that is. Like, yeah, I said I'd be here for you, but I have a family now.
Yeah.
Like, what? While you were off being you, and in between our little escapades, I found something. So this cannot continue. He went to see her one last time and said, "Yeah, I'm leaving." And then she kills herself when he finds out, or not even when he finds out. He's sitting here trying to die of frostbite and hypothermia because he cheated on his his wife and his newborn child. I
Yeah.
like that scene a lot. I like the scene of him going off and trying to hide in the woods in the middle of winter and kill himself. And his wife was like, "Yo, you don't get to kill yourself."
She right.
I mean, she's right. She's completely right. But the fact that she went and got him and she was a rock the whole movie. Like shout out.
Yeah.
And if it truly was like that in real life, she had day one.
Definitely a keeper. Niggas try to slime him in that courtroom too. That shit is nuts. I mean,
No,
they
that
did,
that
yeah.
was crazy. They
Sure.
got him, but the way his wife held him down, the way Katie held him down and during that hearing was crazy.
Yeah.
She
Nigga.
flamed that. Oh my god, she flamed him up.
Yeah, that scene was fucking fire.
What's you a communist? Not anymore. What do you mean not anymore?
So you weren't communist.
No.
Yeah, nigga, what? It means something
So
different
you
back
had an
then.
ID. Can't recall that I did. What? What you mean? I feel bad for his lawyer because his lawyer was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on in
Well,
here?"
every time somebody said something that he was, bro, the fucking what's the one picture of Chris Rock where the nigga just looking over and niggas captioned it when that one nigga lying be listening to the rest of the story anyway. That's how that nigga kept looking over and fucking Oppenheimer like, yeah, we done for,
We are cooked,
we
bro.
screwed, baby, we're done for, it's over. Like, nigga, do your job, save
It's
me.
it's just so over, man. Like, god damn, it's just so over. It. I like the point where he just throws his hands up and he closes his books. He's
I
just
would
like,
be
yeah,
so
it is
mad.
what it is now. Like it's up.
Niggas talking about some, yeah, he's one of the best. What? This nigga just sat here and watched me get flayed across like 7 hearings.
I,
Every time
I
he opened his mouth, they bitched him. Like, what?
I do like the juxtaposition of Strauss meeting Oppenheimer, revering him. You see him in the courtroom, and he's trying to play. He's trying to juggle all these plates. He's got too many spinning plates when you see him, and
Yeah.
it all comes crashing down at the end. That's fantastic because he's trying to keep the peace with Oppenheimer, trying to use him. Oppenheimer shames him, and now he leads this slander case, and it's the most detailed slander case possible. Like
Nigga so
if you
perfect,
don't
man.
know how, what is this? Oh, okay, yeah. If you don't know how this story played out and the way it's played out in the film is fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because you know something's off with Strauss, but you don't know exactly what it is. It's the same thing with Einstein. When he's like, oh yeah, you know, he said something to Einstein and turned him against me or whatever, and Einstein just knew that the guy was a piece of shit.
He either knew or that nigga was thinking about the fact that Oppenheimer's going to go through with potentially ending the world. So if he didn't feel like talking and chatting, it's perfectly reasonable. But the nigga had to make it about himself. Like, all right, man. And look at you now. No cabinet position for you, pussy.
Yeah, you going to jail, baby.
Dummy. Idiot. Yeah, movie was good. Cinematography was excellent. I really fucked with the fact that it got damn near experimental at some points. Um,
The flash bomb scene, like him doing the speech and the anxiety and the remorse washing over him to where he's able to
yeah,
visualize everything.
yeah,
He's seen the flash of the bomb, so now he can see it going off. He's able to visualize walking around, and when he steps through the fossilized remains of a person,
yeah,
he doesn't know what that looks like, but he can assume. Because
yeah.
he's a smart guy and he's a theorist, he can assume exactly how this works.
Was that scene after they showed the images of what happened in Japan?
I'm pretty sure it was.
That was before. I think it was before. Yeah, because that scene was like right after they dropped the bomb because they were still in Los Alamos. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you're right. He didn't even know what it looked like yet.
He had no idea, but the idea that he could just guess
Yeah,
is insane. Seeing the in between seeing happy people, happy American people cheering, there's people crying about, you know, everything that's happened. And you can tell that this has changed him morally as a person. You know, he goes to see Truman and he's just like, yo, I killed all those people. And to which Truman's just like, man, you are such a bitch ass up.
nigga, they're not gonna remember you. They gonna remember me.
They don't even know what your name is. Don't bring that crybaby back in here.
Me myself, I would have swung on him. You're not gonna talk to me like that. Put you down. I'm
I
gonna do
do
that
think
thing
it's
they call the
funny that
bomb.
they, for obvious reasons, had to keep things redacted.
Like what?
Like there are, I don't know if this was just a thing in my theater, but there are certain things that they said where it was just muted out. So I'm sure it was probably just redacted.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know the Govy got their foot on their neck.
I mean, yeah, you could only make it with certain things. You don't want to implicate nobody even years later.
Oh no, why not though? I'm not like Like it was
Hey, watch out.
alive.
No, 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 no. You know why.
Yeah.
You know the type of time that this entire world is on.
Oh yeah, the fucking Happy Hami's grandkid was like, "That's not accurate." When it's like, nigga,
Anyway,
the fucking color scenes are interpreted. You don't know basic filmmaking. You don't know what's going on here.
the scene when Kitty is sitting behind this nigga and they're talking about the affair, and there's just the visual infidelity. I didn't need to see that.
It was
I'm
fucking
not gonna lie.
yeah.
When they're sitting in the room and you're like, okay, and then it cuts and he's naked, you're just like, all right, what is about to happen?
I knew she was on the way. I was like, bro, no way they're about to do this.
And then they did it.
Nigga, Cillian Murphy talking about some. Yeah, that's part of the job. I mean, it's necessary. You know what I'm saying?
What am I gonna, bro?
All right,
Of course,
man.
no, it is part of the job because I enjoyed it. What are you talking
All
about?
right, man.
Nigga sitting there naked, got Florence Pugh crawling all over him. You shitting
All
me?
right, brother.
Yeah, it's part of the job, all right. That
My guy
shit.
Jack Quaid and fucking Josh Peck were in that movie for no reason. Shout out,
They were there
bro.
to be. We needed names. We needed some other names. I
I
think that
mean,
was great for Josh Peck though, because I hadn't seen him in no movies. Like I don't remember no movie that I've seen in the last couple of years that he's been in. Granted, I've only really been in the cinema for comic book movies as of late.
I mean, even then, you'd see him in like a preview for something. Something.
I didn't know he was in the movies. People were just like, "Yeah, he was great in the movies." What the fuck are you talking about? I seen somebody say Josh Peck. I know I seen him trending on Twitter, and then I checked the trend, and they're like, "Yeah, he was great in Oppenheimer." I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about?"
Yeah, it was a nigga that fucking fired the test off.
Fantastic. It was a beautiful movie. Uh, it's not what people think it is because people probably see this, learn what it's about, and they're probably just like, oh well, okay, this is a pro America, we got him, gang, which it is. That is in the movie, but it's not the whole movie. Like, this isn't an American war highlight reel.
I feel like they took out as much bias as possible. Like the only controversial thing that you can say is that Oppenheimer was a fucking complicated quote unquote guy.
Yeah,
And even then it's like,
they made sure to highlight that he's indifferent when it comes to politics. He likes to hear all sides. So
yeah,
he wasn't with one particular party.
yeah. And I say, I mean, yeah, that was a complicated guy, but they also made him very much a dickhead too, so you know. I don't really have any sympathy for like when they fucking the only thing that I can like be upset about is that, niggas plotted on him. But even then, after that, it's just like I don't I don't really care. Like if the government, like the same government that fucking you gave the bomb to, turns on you, that's just the way the cookie crumbles for like I don't feel any special type of sympathy for that. And I
Yeah.
think that was the filmmaker's intention too. Like they're very intense scenes, yeah, but you see it happen and it's just like, oh well. Not that I didn't get invested in anybody or the story, but personal empathy and sympathy was not there for me. Like I didn't
No,
feel
yeah,
it.
of course not. I didn't have that either. I understood everything. Is the I didn't get really attached to anything. I understood exactly what we were doing here.
Yeah.
It took me a bit because it was jarring them flipping from like three different time periods, and then the black and white being stuff that we have documented, and the color being stuff that was implied was kind of hard to understand at first, but throughout the whole thing, it came together pretty nicely. I will say that after the bomb is dropped, they do spend a lot of time kind of just fucking about
Yeah.
like that. That it probably didn't need to be a 3 hour. experience, but I'm okay with it because realistically, if it's gonna be 2:45 or 3 hours, it's the same thing to me, really.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, and I will agree. I mean, we got to slander off before the movie dropped.
Actually, that
It
shit was
is.
like 3 hours 15 minutes. Now I think about it.
It is a
That's
15-minute scene because it all does lead up to bomb dropping, and that was a very good scene. But I think the 3 hours that they had me locked in for were good. Great movie.
yeah, the dialogue. Once again, we talk about this. This is like my third experience with the snappiest dialogue you'll ever fucking see or hear.
Yeah.
Everything flowed into one another. When there was air to be left, it wasn't long enough for it to be awkward. If it needed to be awkward, it was short awkward.
Right. My guy Robert Downey was doing his thing, man. He said, "I know how to act. I'm not a fucking Iron Man machine. I'm him."
That shit is just so crazy.
He just gotta be. His agent just has to be more selective with what he does from now on. No
Like
fucking Doolittle,
it
man.
really is crazy that now that we're on the other side of the MCU hype, everybody's kind of just like, yeah, I hated this shit. Every minute I spent on them sets, I hated that shit.
Yeah, because you sign in for what you assume is like a trilogy, right? And then it becomes like gotta do this crossover movie, and then you might have to do minor appearances in this movie or that movie, or whatever else, and you don't know when it ends, and also there's so many different people working on it, and you might not even have as much say in how your character goes as you would want to. So you're playing the same guy really, but in a bunch of different contexts that you didn't initially sign up for. You signed up for a check, and now you are getting that check, but also just a bunch of different scripts, different ideas, different whatevers, and you're just so over by the end. That's why niggas come out of there fucking burnt out because it's just like, oh, how did you feel about your character? Like, I don't know. I don't. I
I don't
showed up.
care.
I said the lines. I don't give a fuck. I'm not invested in this
I
shit. I don't
don't
care.
give a shit anymore. You've ruined it.
Whereas fucking Oppenheimer, you get to sit down for one guaranteed one movie because no one doesn't really do sequels like that. Sit down for one movie, focus on this one character, and give it your all for this one character. And you might make more money doing Oppenheimer than you do for fucking however many MCU movies that nigga did. Don't have to go on press tour fucking 6 years in a row. Don't have to do a lot. I just have to sit here and focus on this one role for this one movie. And even then, I don't even have to work that hard because there's a billion other names attached to this fucking thing. Y'all know Matt Damon was in the movie. It was probably obvious for a lot of y'all because y'all Matt Damon fans. But
And not even
I
Matt
look,
Damon fans. You guys probably watch more movies than we do.
yeah, I was looking at that nigga. I was like, that Matt Damon?
Entire time I was just like, ain't no fucking way.
I think that's Matt. I think that's
Ain't
Matt
no
Damon.
way. And then I checked today. Saw the movie like 2 weeks ago. Today I checked this shit and it's like, yep, that was Matt Damon.
Wow. And they kind of killed that shit too.
No, he did. I'm glad that everybody showed off how fantastic of actors they are.
That's it.
Like that, everybody did a fantastic job. I do
Totally agree with
recommend
you.
seeing it, but me and Tim briefly talked about it. This is an experience that you probably should go to the cinema for, because if you
Yeah.
IMAX it and that bomb goes off, you'd that's like an experience that can only happen. Your home theater is not going to be able to give you the same experience as this 50-foot IMAX speaker going off in that damn theater.
Now, I didn't go to IMAX, but that shit was still plenty fucking loud. That
That
shit
shit
was
was
crazy.
loud and it felt like it shook the damn room.
Tom Cruise just
I
got
didn't
that
see it in
bag.
IMAX either, but I'll probably go see it in IMAX eventually.
That shit was nuts. That's
Mm,
all I got for Oppenheimer.
absolutely, we can
Uh,
finally go to the bell of the ball now.
you
One
look
million
more into.
dollars worldwide,
Oh yeah, they did drop a fucking billion on Barbie. I saw that shit
or
just
1
yesterday.
billion. Sorry, yeah, 1 million is fucking. You didn't do shit. You might as well did $1.
Oh shit. Yeah, Barbie
$1 billion worldwide. You got to think about that.
billion. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of dollars. Um, I don't know where to start with this one. I feel like the discourse for this one is also pretty fucking stupid. But this one is like expected though. The
The
niggas that are
discourse
really,
behind this is absolutely expected.
yeah, the niggas complaining about this movie missed the point somehow. Somehow they missed the point. I don't know how they did it, but they missed the point. I don't think I've seen a movie. I haven't seen a movie in recent, probably not in my adult years, to where they flat out tell you the message of the movie
Yeah, they
over and
tried.
over again.
They just told you straight up. They're like, "Yep, we already know what's gonna happen here." So
And the niggas were just like, woke Barbie movie tries to cancel men, and it's just, what do you niggas talk? What movie did y'all watch? Like, I get it, right? I understand why they're saying what they're saying is because at first Ken was a fucking loser, and then he kind of ends the movie a loser. But I think where they missed on, and they probably can't outright say that one. I think that's what they didn't say. But I mean, they kind of did say it was just like oh, Ken is nothing without Barbie, and then Ken also goes on his fucking toxic misogyny arc, and fucking Barbie at the end is like, you gotta find yourself without Ken, or you gotta find Ken without Barbie. I don't know how they missed the idea that like, you know, well, first of all, patriarchy's bad, but also just like you don't need a girlfriend or whatever to be complete. You have to essentially tell them niggas to work on themselves.
that shit is just so funny because that really was how it was for forever. Is that it's all right? Well, it's Barbie and Ken. It's not Ken and Barbie. It's not Ken. It's just Barbie and Ken. Hell,
Yeah,
sometimes we'll just put Barbie on the package and Ken might be in there. Honestly, if you really think about it, it might come with a complimentary Ken, maybe.
yeah.
We're not charging you extra for the Ken. You're just paying for the Barbie, and the Ken
Just
happen to be in there.
yeah.
Like
And
that's just insane.
that's how they recognize that because that's how they treat it in the fucking movie, and it's just like, yeah, I get it. And people also like thinking or not or going into this movie not expecting something like this or for it not to have like a crazy pro women empowerment message. I think is nuts to me because what else could you make a fucking Barbie movie about in the year
2023.
2023
Yeah.
and it popped like this? Like, I like Margot Robbie, right? I think she's fantastic in the role. And she, when fan casts were going around for Margot Robbie to play Barbie, I got it. I understood. I was there. But I don't think that's enough to carry a movie to 1 billion. Like, there had to be something for her to do to get audiences in the theater, and also something in the movie to draw people in as this box office smash is going to be. Because I think that shit took fucking IMAX theaters from Mission Impossible.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, like, yeah, I don't. I okay. I understand not understanding that or not expecting for this movie to go as in depth as it did, with like Barbie outright telling them niggas I don't have a vagina and he doesn't have a penis and things like that. And them niggas literally running up and slapping her ass. I understand not expecting that. But the message overall, I don't know what movie them niggas expected. Without it either not being good or it just being like a movie that should have come out 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Like you go see Hitch and then you go see Barbie right after. Like I don't.
Yuck, man. Oh Jesus Christ.
That's what
No
I'm.
way.
I'm
But
not gonna lie. That's what.
that's probably what it would have been. It would have been this and some Will Smith movie at the
Yeah,
box office back in like
yeah,
20 years ago.
exactly. That's what I thought. This movie. I thought I was gonna go in this movie, and it should have came out 17 years ago. But I feel like this movie came out at exactly the right time it was supposed to.
No, it did. Before I saw it, I assumed it was going to be like Disenchanted. I don't know if you remember that movie, where it was the idea of the Disney princess falling into the real world and her realizing that
Yeah.
this shit sucks out
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I expect it to be that, yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it was, but it also had a better. Well, I haven't seen the movie in a couple years. So I don't know if it's better, but it
Uh-huh.
felt like the message was more aggressive as opposed to being the princess comes to the real world. It sucks. She finds her happy ending. It was no, this shit sucks on both ends, and she needs to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
I will say that it was the message all over has been very very ham fisted.
Yeah.
Like it, as soon as they cross over into L.A. or California, the self awareness of Barbie to be like, oh, okay, I don't
Ah,
feel comfortable here.
I see.
It feels like I'm being objectified. That is ham fisted as shit, which is what people are
Yeah.
going to complain about. But it's correct.
You kind of have to though, because it's like niggas not gonna get it. Other like, there's no room for subtlety here. You kind of have to.
All the guys looking on, the cat calling, the when they went up to the construction workers and it was the rapid fire cat calling. I was just like, okay, I know what I see what we're doing here.
Now here's the thing, right? I got my hands up. I work with niggas like that. They're exactly like that.
Oh no, I know.
Weezy will also attest to this. They're exactly like
No,
that.
trust me, I know. But the fact that it was rapid fire is just like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, no,
I see.
her reasoning for going over there is crazy. Oh yeah, construction workers. Yeah, we could use some girl power. You're walking over there. You see those niggas are not women talking about some, hey ladies, like what?
No,
Come on.
she didn't see. She just thought that there were some brolic ass women. That's what it was.
What do
She
you?
walked over there
Well,
expecting to see Marissa type characters,
okay. I mean, I guess, yeah.
which is weird because
I'll give
they don't exactly have those types in Barbie Land.
That's what I was gonna say. It's just like
She
you ain't got them
maybe she
niggas
thought
over
that
there.
she was just running into yeah, the real world is different, so maybe not everybody's the same. I don't know exactly what she was thinking when she walked over, but I know that she was expecting to see women.
All right.
So when she see these greasy ass men sitting there, and they started rapid fire catcalling, the police is the craziest shit. The police
Yeah,
had no filter, negative filter.
at all. She should have
Also,
killed
I'm
him, but
I'm gonna say it again. If you're running a production and it has multiple women in it, the costume budget needs to go all to them.
yeah,
Because I'm a fan of female led production with female cast that have that are all in different types of costumes or whatever. Give them the costume budget.
yeah. That was also something I like too. Barbie was in a different outfit damn near every scene. She was gas.
Guy Ken seen some horses and it changed his whole life. It's so crazy that he was in the real world for maybe like an hour and he turned into a fucking cowboy.
Turned into a dickhead too, but I get it.
What's the difference?
I don't know no cowboys in real life, so I can't say that all cowboys are dickheads.
Yeah, I guess, but what's the difference?
True. Um, yeah, I think like the dance numbers were dope. I'm Just Ken is a good song. Ryan Gosling killed that. Uh, I think the like what a lot of people are just gonna walk away with is just like primarily about like all the discourse is probably just going to be around, which is funny because I feel like the Barbie side had a lot more to say, but people are just gonna walk away talking about Ken. I feel, and I feel like that's because he does do a lot of like I don't know. Well, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. He is driven to do a lot of shit. He's a very active player in this movie. But like I mean, I know why. It's because all the discourse I'm seeing is people just complaining all men fucking suck. But or yeah, they're complaining that they think the movie is saying all men suck. I don't know. The set design was cool. I'm glad that they stayed in Barbie Land for more than just that opening scene. I'm glad that the entire movie wasn't in the real world.
Yeah, I'm glad that
Uh,
Barbie Land was the main focus.
that was cool. The mom and daughter, I thought were very cool. I didn't know how I was gonna feel, especially Sasha. I didn't know if I was gonna like Sasha a lot, but Sasha was dope. The mom was dope. Fucking Michael Cera as Alan. I don't know niggas just know how to use Michael Cera in these roles.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know
maybe
how this is possible.
like when Ken hit the fucking wave and Michael Cera just started screaming, I was crying, man.
Jesus Christ. I also did not. I figured out to you remember how I told you I don't know how to like what's the word? I didn't know what Dua Lipa looked like till today.
Yeah,
When I seen John Cena and her come out the water, I was like, oh, there's John Cena. I forgot he was in this movie.
I forgot he was in too.
But god damn. Nah, that shit was crazy. And I didn't realize I was Dua Lipa until today. Like, what the fuck? I have no idea who these famous people are. I have no idea who these celebrities are, these actors. Anytime I see somebody, I'm like, oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now I was exposed to some of that Ben Shapiro nonsense.
Uh-huh.
That, these niggas are making a big deal over nothing. Like it was just nonsense. That's
Yeah,
quite
I
literally
feel
what it
like
was. They were
it
complaining
does not.
about a transgender actor being Barbie, and I didn't even realize that she was transgender. I was like, oh, shorty tall. Okay, bet.
Yeah. But why would they complain? That's kind of the whole point of the is
But
that
you know about them.
no two Barbies look the same. That's why Black Barbie is president. Um and even among the other white Barbies, like none of them look really similar. The closest that two Barbies look alike is uh quote unquote stereotypical Barbie and weird Barbie, and that's only because they're both fucking blonde. I don't I don't know if you niggas are playing about
And it was just stupid.
all you gotta do, right?
Just watch the fucking movie, bro.
Watch the movie. And then, maybe this is the one time that like as a filmmaker, I don't like explaining shit. But Greta Gerwig might have to break this shit down for people because I don't think they're getting it.
No. She don't gotta do shit.
She might
If you
have to
didn't get
go
it,
on a
we don't care about you. We are gatekeeping this movie. Fuck you, niggas.
she might have to go on a Jordan Peele press run and
No
explain the
way.
movie.
No, that guy's movies suck. I hate that nigga's movies, bro.
Might have to explain it
I'm
to
getting on here and I'm saying I hate that nigga's movies, bro.
you. You're like, nope.
I didn't see that shit because it looked stupid as fuck.
Did you see us?
I didn't see that one either.
You didn't like Get Out?
Get Out was alright, but I was tired of seeing it after a certain point. I hate that nigga's movies. I'm getting on my soapbox. That shit
You are
stinks.
you are the fakest hater I've
You
ever seen.
goddamn right.
This
And
nigga gave
when I eventually watch them shits gonna be ass. We hate that shit.
this is crazy because you said Get Out was alright, so it's like you like the one movie that you saw from him.
No, what? No. See, I said it was alright. Nobody said like. You see how you did that?
What? Oh, my fault. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
There
Either
you
way,
go.
she does have to explain it to some niggas because I
She
don't
no,
think
we don't gotta explain shit to stupid people. We're not doing that. 2023 going forward, if you don't get it, we don't care. Whatever you interpret it as, that's how you gotta interpret it. We're done with this. It's too much shit going on for us to have to explain shit to stupid niggas. No way.
I don't even hate men, man. She's not trying to fuck on that
No,
guy.
but bro, it's common sense. Like it's absolutely common sense what the message is. It if you find it abrasive, good. It's supposed to be abrasive. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. It's supposed to make you mad. And if as a man you get mad at it, guess what, buddy? Guess who you are in this film study? You're the issue here.
Even then, they still gave him a good ending. They
Yeah,
took
of
him out of
course.
Barbie Land
Because
young.
the lesson is that we're equals. We're all equals. Just be nice. It costs nothing to be a good person and help people out. Like it actually costs nothing for people to raise their sons to treat women better. And vice versa. It costs you absolutely nothing to to help the world be a better place. And yet
True.
we still haven't learned this lesson in years upon years upon years. Everybody's different, that's a good thing. Being different isn't a bad thing, it's a good thing. I don't know, man. It's fucking stupid.
Hey man, they'll get it eventually, right? Right?
No. No. And that's the problem. That's why we need to start physically harming people. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna say it. A lot of you niggas need to be beat to death.
We gonna kill y'all fathers too, man.
On God. We gonna undo that Patriot. They gonna get me for whatchamacallit, for inciting violence again. I think it's gonna be like our third strike
Uh,
or some shit. I don't know.
oh
Anyway,
no. In Minecraft,
nah, it's too late for that.
we gonna
Anyway,
harm them in Fall Guys. That's where we're gonna harm them.
I'm
Like
not
in
even
the
gonna
game.
edit this. I really don't care. If the channel get
Oh,
taken down, well, I'll just open up a fucking, I don't know, a goddamn
gee.
free Patreon or some shit, and we'll upload it there.
True.
I couldn't care less anymore because it's just so dumb. I don't even. I just got sidetracked completely. What were we even talking? Oh, we were talking about Barbie.
Yeah, patriarchy, yeah.
Yeah, that shit is dumb. If you didn't, like I said, if you didn't get it, guess what, buddy? You're the issue here. If you're talking about how the construction workers and the cops were being misrepresented, guess what, buddy? I just want you to take a wild. You gonna get it wrong. I know you're gonna get it wrong, but just take a wild guess. Guess what, buddy? I do want to talk about the Mattel building though. That is probably my favorite set. My favorite couple of sets.
Really?
The giant hallway, the cubicles being just squares, open top squares with no doors, and the scene of Will Ferrell having to hop over the cubicle and saying it's quicker this way. How do you get
that,
out of this box?
that shit was funny.
Like I'm fascinated by these structures that are created in fiction that have no logical sense to them. The Schnee Manor, and now this cubicle. How do you get out of this? How do you get out of this 4x4 box with only an open top
You
to
gotta
where
hop over
going
the
over the
man.
top of it is whatchamacallit is quicker. Like what did we build here? And I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like I don't get me wrong, I know what the Mattel building being all fucking gray is supposed to mean, and I know what the
Yeah.
boardroom being all pink is supposed to mean. I also find it funny
Yeah.
that they hammed it up so much that there's not even a woman in the boardroom. Like it's all men
Oh.
being like, yeah, you. Well, what Farrell said, you can call me mother. Nah, dog, move. Watch out, man. It's just genius.
And then the actual creator of Barbie being in the movie, I thought was very dope too.
Absolutely.
I hope
Having
they get
her
a lot
be
of
in
people.
there, the red like it's the set when she opens up the door and it's the house,
So gas.
like the kitchen or whatever. That's why I said
Yeah.
the Mattel building is like my favorite shit. Because there's just so many different sets.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like this movie a lot. I did talk to him and he was like, yeah, Barbie was better. And like every way I said, oh, I mean,
Better
I
than
can
Oppenheimer?
yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean I don't disagree. I like that Barbie shit a lot. I do like I also like Oppenheimer a decent amount too. It's hard to like come to the defense of Oppenheimer because it's not trying to do anything. Like I agree with what he said because Barbie is an idea, whereas Oppenheimer is something that's physical. You can see it, which is
Yeah,
why everything in Barbie is fantastic. From Barbie Land, nothing in Barbie Land being real. In a sense of everything is like plastic and stuff like that,
yeah.
and having to go over. Oh yeah, the space. They ride the spaceship. Like they're not in the spaceship. They're riding on the spaceship
And
to go to the human world.
Barbie not being able to actually drink like shit properly in the real world because there's no actual like liquids in Barbie Land.
Like flat, having your feet flat on the ground being a negative thing, even though that's how human feet work, is hilarious.
Yeah,
They were shitting on you flat footed niggas. I'm so sorry. Like,
not talking to me.
no, I'm just saying in general. If you have flat feet, they were shitting all over you in a comedic sense.
They were getting cooked.
That shit was so fucked up. But it's a beautiful film, and the idea of Barbie having completely given up because it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do? Parallels. I do think that the speech at the end, like the America Ferrera speech at the end, a little bit ham-fisted again, but it needs to be said.
What was your speech again? Or where was it at?
It's when they were sitting when she's given. I think it's when they were in the I forget where they were, but she's sitting there fucking
Oh,
face down.
in Weird Barbie's house.
I'm pretty. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about how you have to be enough, but not be enough, not step on any toes, be perfect, but not perfect enough that you're taking shine away from a man or whoever or whatever, and how women aren't actually for women.
Now that she just started firing. I don't know if that was in the script. A little bit of friendly fire in there.
No, that had to be in the script. They had
Uh,
because in order to write a movie like this, you have to be conscious to all the problems in play.
yeah.
Like even with shooting from the hip, you have to. There has to be a way for you to get there, and the script allows her to get into that space
Right.
without it feeling forced or too impromptu or organic.
I mean, sometimes they'll be doing the speech or whatever, and they can say some shit. The director hears it. That's not in the script, but let's add that in, and then have them like do the takes over and over with that built in mind until they feel like they've gotten the ad lib naturally enough to where we wouldn't even know it's ad lib until they tell us because it's such a fucking vital, not vital, but it's such a standout like
Yeah, no, we
line.
got to keep our ears to the street. Then we got to keep our ears to the street to see
I
if
mean,
that was impromptu or not.
we can't because there's a fucking actors strike, so
So,
we'll
like
have
I
to
said,
leave.
we got to keep our ears to the street.
If they
So,
drop a
so when
fucking
they eventually tell us,
yeah,
what is going on with Shang Chang, man? Why nobody like Shang Chang, man? Anytime I see this guy,
Yo, I don't know what he
we need
did
to talk
something.
about this. What happened to this man?
He did something. I don't know what it was.
Like, god
I think
damn,
I
bro.
think he might have said something crazy in the past.
I don't want to Google it because I feel like it's gonna fuck up my shit. But what is going on? Because I see all the different types of Asian Americans on the timeline, or even like Asian immigrants shitting all over this man, and I just gotta put my hands up because I don't have nothing to say because I don't know nothing.
It's crazy because I've heard crazy things about fuck, what's the guy that played Glenn in The Walking Dead? Holy shit, I usually know this guy's name. Fucking Steven Yeun, right?
Yeah,
I've heard crazy things about Steven Yeun. Obviously, fucking heard crazy things about Aquafina, and now I heard crazy things about I'm gonna fuck up his names. Simu Liu. Heard crazy things about him too. The only nigga that I haven't heard crazy things about, I'm gonna fuck this nigga's name up so bad. Kei Kwan. I haven't heard anything crazy about him. And Michelle Yeoh. Actually, no, I've heard some niggas are getting out here for marrying a white man allegedly.
Come
But
on, man, stop it. Like we as people of color or whatever fucking term they want to use to group us all together again,
oh
we
my
have to give this fight up, bro.
god!
It's over. All right,
Oh my god!
y'all gotta get used to race mixing. Okay,
Funny.
it's over.
They be calling niggas swirlers, man.
It is. Don't get me wrong. The Asian woman to being married to a white man pipeline is crazy.
Oh
Like it's
my
absolutely insane. Not my place to speak on it, and that's where I'll end it. But it's fucking insane. But we got it. It's over. Okay,
it's so
it's
funny.
done. There's nothing to complain about. It's gonna happen. Okay. There's too many of them niggas. It's gonna happen. There's
It's
too many
funny
white people on this earth. There's no way to escape it.
because I feel like it wouldn't have come up on my timeline if niggas weren't having a race war with Asian people about um them being like
Oppression
attract,
Olympics.
attracted to white people.
Oh yeah, no, that has been
Well,
hot commodity for the last week or so.
it wouldn't have
Especially
come
with
up
them
otherwise.
TikToks coming out. God damn, yo, you TikTokers keep getting the entire internet in trouble, dog. Like, can you TikTok niggas stop doing this? Like, you guys have completely tried to fuck this up.
Oh my god, this shit is funny, man. That's peak.
Y'all need to stop speaking. Stop
Cinema
speaking
right
and
there,
stop
man.
reposting them damn TikToks that be getting all of us in trouble. Cause then y'all bring it to Twitter and then it gets even bigger. Oh man, stop it, stop.
Same thing happened to DreamCon, man. They almost packed up my guy John from RDC.
Like, golly. Oh yeah, I did.
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
god. That's funny.
Look how they did. Look how they massacred my man.
That's
Jesus.
I mean, listen, I see both sides of it. On one hand, it's year 5 of fucking DreamCon. On the other hand, it's year 5 of DreamCon. You should expect this by now. You niggas are not here for no fucking panels. Talk about some, oh, I want to meet some bros. You have a higher chance of meeting some bros at the fucking Gus's Chicken down the street. Don't fucking buy that platinum fucking badge. You niggas are there to go to parties and fuck or get fucked. Like, let's be real. But back to TikTokers, yeah, that shit is nuts.
No,
The
no,
fucking
the
interracial mixing.
influence that TikTok has on all generations is crazy. Let me just start by saying I am an avid TikToker for all the TikTok user. Let me rephrase that. I'm an avid TikTok user for all of the wrong reasons. All the shit that's not supposed to be on TikTok, I'm there for it.
Now, when you say all the wrong reasons, right? We also just ran into a bunch of fucking children who are in NYC for a fucking
Let's
PS5
not bring that up.
giveaway.
Let's not bring that up, bro. I don't want to talk
But
about that.
all right, but that nigga's outreach primarily has been on shit like TikTok.
Fam, you at me with some shit like that again, I'll beat the shit out of you. Like, I keep telling you niggas to stop showing me what these niggas are up to. Stop.
It's a it's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Stop showing me what these people I do. Yo, speaking of, this guy Low Tier God is trying to play the race card because they banned him in the Evo chat for talking.
Oh my god.
A guy that has made himself an ass on the internet for the sake of exposure for 5+ years, not even, maybe even longer.
Now that's a
It's
bit.
been 10 years at this point, roughly.
Nah, it's fine, but it's been like 15 at this point.
Like it's
That's
ridiculous that you're doing this. You've gained a reputation as a negative user, and you're surprised that you're being gatekept from spaces.
yeah. He really does think that once you have clout, everything just disappears, bro.
He really thinks that he's able to. Oh well, I'm just playing a character. I'm really not a bad guy. Yeah. Anyway, bro.
Yeah, but when you, I don't think he realizes that the niggas that are heading evil right now, he probably personally attacked them niggas. So even if it was a character, they probably didn't know or cared back then when they were getting attacked.
He definitely sent some fire Pokemon way. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's
Now
crazy.
she ain't see it because she don't care,
Yeah,
but he definitely sent some fire over there. These are definitely people that he's given a reason to have beef with him. So
he's
he's just
just
got to eat
another.
that.
Yeah, he's just another nigga to her.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
At the same time, though, this, in case people are wondering, how did we get here off of Barbie? That nigga Low Tier God also blew up off of TikTok as well. There's a lot of shit that's just on that platform that shouldn't be on there, which is why Guardy is right in saying that them niggas are ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know
Y'all
what I'm
keep
saying?
bringing problems to the timeline that don't need to be problems. Now, I'm not going to say that they're only problems on the internet, which is what people have been minimizing most of these things as. Oh, yeah, if you go in real life, people really aren't talking about this. Yeah, because in real life, we have worse shit to deal with. Doesn't mean it's not a problem in real life.
I will say I feel like this race mixing shit also isn't as much of an issue person.
Now,
I don't
listen,
think it's that big of a deal.
it's not, okay?
It is funny.
I have nobody in our camp has any issues with race mix. Well, let me rephrase that. Nobody in our camp that's not b-ball has issues with race mixing because it doesn't matter because who fucking cares? Like
Shouldn't
nobody's
have
a
even,
eugenicist in our group. Okay,
shouldn't have even brought that b-ball shit up, man. Shout out b-ball, but
it's
shut the fuck
stupid fucking guy, bro. There's a reason why we left him off of everything. That people don't know he's in the group until he starts speaking.
up. Oh my god.
Like it's a running gag that I'm glad I did because when he does something stupid, I can just be like, yeah, it's b-ball.
It is b-ball.
Like if you check all of the watch socials, b-ball is nowhere in any of this shit.
It's a shame that he's ridiculously easy to find. Then you
Yeah,
just give up and be like, I'll just type b-ball into Twitter, and lo and behold, there he fucking
right
is.
there.
Followed by all of us.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah. The I also agree with Temp with the creativity of it all, because like that whole I'm just Ken dance number. I don't You gotta be on not be on something, but I think that's a very creative thing to add to the movie. Like just having them niggas have a war, and then the war turns into like a dance number in this fucking background that leads to nothing. And then them niggas forget what they were fucking supposed to be doing. And even then them niggas don't even know who they're fighting at the end of it. I think that's all very creative. And
Yes,
I am
sir.
excited for this award season. I think I'm gonna try to actually like I'm behind on a couple movies. I'm definitely behind on Asteroid City, and some other films that my friend recommended me that I'll
Yeah,
have to
no.
steal.
Since I'm off this week, I'm gonna try and stockpile record as much content as I can
Yeah.
on top of streaming and stuff like that.
So
Maybe I should
this
just
year
open that
probably
Patreon anyway
might as well, yeah.
and just store everything before my shit gets exploded.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably actually be tapped into this award season. Um, I do think that. See, I actually don't know yet. I think I have to give it more time. I think that Spider-Verse might get nominated for Best Picture. Definitely not Best Director though. Fucking Phil Lord, Chris Miller, niggas can go to hell. First, I think they can go to hell. Them niggas are leaving us on a fucking 5-year cliffhanger after promising us a 1-year cliffhanger. I know how unreasonable that sounds, but I thought they invented some new shit. So other than that, I have no idea what the awards are gonna be. I know that there's not gonna be any Marvel in there though. Um,
Absolutely not. I wouldn't put that shit in there even if it did come out.
yeah,
We are done with that shit, and that's a whole nother. We might as well make that shit.
like its own video. I don't even know when we talk about that.
I don't even know what they're
I,
talking about. We could just shoot the shit. They don't even gotta be a recording. We could just be on stream doing it.
yes, I mean, watching that the Marvels trailer, it did seem to have something.
Fam, I've never been so disinterested in a movie in my life.
I only care because of Miss Marvel though. She seems like a fun character to
That's
kind
all. That's all anyone is watching for. Nobody cares about the rest of them niggas because they suck.
yeah, Monica Rambeau was kind of I
Not
don't
kinda. Don't say just say it.
I don't want to say, but even looking
Fucking
back on that,
boring.
even looking back on that WandaVision shit, she was not a very strong character in that at all.
He
I
was
feel
not a
like,
character in there.
yeah,
They just did it because they found a convenient way to link this shit to Captain Marvel.
they have been building that shit up for about 3 years now.
That's all.
I don't think Brie Larson has gotten any more eccentric in the role, which is what I feel like. Like, say what you will about the early MCU's quippiness during shit like Age of Ultron and shit like that, but at least it wasn't fucking boring. I don't. I have to see if Brie like try. I don't. I'm not saying that she has to be spunky or whatever like all the time, but also it's just like in a 3-man band like this, you can't have two of the 3-man band be essentially the same stoic. I was in the military, blah blah blah. I don't really crack
I don't
jokes
even.
like
That doesn't even
that.
need to be her character. Let her be fun. Who cares? You
Yeah,
guys aren't following the fucking comic books anyway. Who
yeah,
cares?
yeah,
Do what you want.
yeah. Like you have to differentiate these three somehow. That's not just powers, because in that trailer it did seem like Brie and well, fucking Captain Marvel and Photon were just reading their lines off the shit. They didn't have that special sauce for me that fucking Imani did. Imani saw that fucking CGI cat eat that guy and fucking scream like she was gonna die. That shit was fun.
Well,
There was at least whimsy. I'm not
okay.
getting any whimsy from the other two. And this, I feel like this movie is supposed to have whimsy. It's not like there's any crazy stakes to it or anything like that. Like fucking Ant Man was marketed as having crazy stakes, then you get in the movie and it's just another Ant Man movie. Like, what are we doing
No,
here?
that Ant-Man shit is hilarious.
They almost had me. That shit is crazy. I almost fucking went to the theater and watched that shit.
I don't know why. You should have known.
I thought that nigga was gonna die in that movie.
Man, come on. They
But
need
the
that
worst,
that damn Scott Lang. Come on now.
I didn't think that, spoilers by the way, I didn't think they were gonna kill Kang.
Yes, you did.
I didn't think so. I thought,
When they said that there's like 4 billion variants of this nigga, you have to know that anytime a Kang pops up, he's liable to get killed.
but I thought he was the one that was getting hyped up in Loki. Like I thought this was the one that was like, the one. Cause all the fucking promo material was this nigga stomping Ant-Man out. He's stomping him out. He's throw. Have I killed you before? Like what the fuck?
Maybe.
Like that shit. Anyway, Loki season 2, fucking October, and then the Marvels in November, and then for me it's personal. I don't think there's anything else that they can bring me back. I might watch that Captain America shit. I might not. I might wait for it to just get put on Disney Plus.
That's what I'm gonna do. I would love to. Don't get me wrong. Seth Rollins is in it, and I want to see him in his film debut. But let's be honest, I'm not going to no fucking theater for no Captain America no more. Yeah, I didn't go to the theater for the first one because I was broke. Even now that I have money, I'm not going to see no Captain America nothing.
I'll just wait. What else? I might wait on the Marvels too.
No, I'm definitely waiting on that. Don't
Yeah,
expect nothing for that unless it come to streaming. I might do with that what I did with the Flash. I'm not even watching it in good quality.
yeah. Cameras might go crazy.
We watched the cam rip of the fucking Flash movie and was like, damn, this shit sucked. We seen the shit in HD and it felt worse to watch that than it did the fucking.
Yeah,
It felt worse to watch it in HD than in like 360p, like
fucking
mosaic 360p.
forgot about Blue Beetle too.
That one I might go. I don't know. It's not really a big deal. I think honestly, I think with superhero movies that the fact that they're hitting streaming so quickly, you don't need to go to the theaters for them anymore.
The
Like
Flash is
obviously,
still going.
IMAX and 3D
Yeah,
are fantastic ways to watch movies. I don't think that we need those anymore for superhero movies. I think that as a whole, we can wait, and it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a bad thing for Marvel because they've oversaturated the market. it's not necessarily a bad thing for the DC movies or independent hero movies or whatever movies. You guys can still release, just make it good. Because we've seen it. Sony Spider-Man films have done fantastic. Why?
Yeah,
Because we know it's going to be good. We know it even though Spider-Verse is part of its own trilogy, the first movie was fantastic. The second movie was even better. The third movie is going to be even better than that. We're conditioned to know that we're getting quality every time it comes out. When I see a
yeah.
trailer for a Marvel movie now, I know I'm getting what was left in the box. We
But
have gotten to the bottom of the candy box, and we're getting the crumbs.
the shit that's on Kevin Feige's notes app that's not even protected. Like it's just shit that anybody could access if they hacked his phone. He don't give a fuck though.
What was that?
The shit that we're getting now is the shit that's in Kevin Feige's notes app that he
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
even protected. He doesn't give a
yeah.
fuck if
He
anybody
he
access.
wanted us to know this shit was coming out because he doesn't care. Because they're sitting here prepping to do this big Avengers movie and try and get everybody back, but you've lost everyone. You want to know why? Because you just unceremoniously ruined your universe. You aged it 5 years. You killed everyone everyone liked. Nobody got an ending that suffices. Oh well, Tony saved the day and fulfilled the prophecy. No one cares. Nobody wanted that nigga to die. Him dying doesn't have to be the fulfillment of that prophecy. Like what the fuck? Whatever. I think we need to get out of here
We
because I could go all
definitely
day. I have nothing but infinite energy for this Kevin Feige Marvel Cinematic Universe bullshit.
masterclass. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed Barbenheimer, the first real
You gotta stop saying it.
film event since theaters have come back.
What they
You
were
know,
saying, Saw Patrol is the next one.
Saw Patrol.
You going to see Saw 10 and Paw Patrol in theaters, man?
All right. I don't know. I think the next one we're gonna do here on this channel is fucking Nigga Turtles.
Yes, sir.
I do that. I watch that tomorrow, most likely. I want to see Mission Impossible as well. However, I'm just gonna wait on that because Tom Cruise got fucked over. I'm sorry,
Nah, I
brother.
know that. I know son is mad as fuck right now.
It just
That nigga is in his $4 million high rise, mad as fuck, staring
if
out
he
over the
waited,
city.
if he waited like a month,
Four
he
hundred
would
million
have
dollar house, just staring out on the off the balcony, mad as fuck.
he would have been fine if he waited like a month. I don't know
Oh
what's up
my
with you, man.
god.
Anyways, yeah. See you guys for Nigga Turtles. Thanks for watching. Click all the buttons at the bottom, except for the
Yes,
dislike. I don't care
sir.
about. Send it to all your friends. Ask them what they thought of Barbenheimer. Do they also have Osama bin Laden edits of Margot Robbie standing on that nigga's shoulders too? You let us know. We will see
I'm
you guys.
surprised that they put Osama bin Laden and not George W. Bush. But
they
I guess they don't know that much.
don't know the lore, man.
Anyway, we will see y'all in the next video. I'll probably make that Patreon. Don't hold me to it, please. Goodbye.
Later.